Something so appealing, he couldn't fight the feeling. Something about it, he knew he couldn't doubt it. Couldn't understand it, branded. Since the first kick flip, he landed. Labeled a misfit, a bandit. Cocoon, cocoon, cocoon. His neighbors couldn't stand it, so he was banished to the park. Started in the morning, one stopped after dark. Yeah, when they said it's getting late in here. So I'm sorry, young man, there's no skating here. So we kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. And away he rolled, just a rebel to the world with no place to go. And so we kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. So come and skate with me, just a rebel looking for a place to be. So let's kick and push and coast. My man got a little older, became a better roller. Yeah, no helmet, hell-bent on killing himself is what his mama said, but he was feeling himself. Got a little more swagger in his style. Met his girlfriend, she was clapping in the crowd. Love is what was happening to him now. He said I would marry you, but I'm engaged to these aerials and varials, and I don't think this board is strong enough to carry two. She said bow, I weigh 120 pounds. Now, let me make one thing clear, I don't need to ride yours, I got mine right here. So she took him to a spot he didn't know about, some odd in the apartment parking lot. She said, I don't normally take dates in here. Security came and said, I'm sorry, there's no skating here. And so they kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. And the way they roll, just lovers intertwined with no place to go. And so they kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. So come and skate with me, just a rebel looking for a place to be. So let's kick and push, yeah, and coast. Yeah, swing it. Yeah, before he knew he had a crew, there wasn't no punk, and they spit fire shirts and SB dunks. They would push till they couldn't skate no more. Office building lobbies wasn't safe no more, and it wasn't like they wasn't getting chased no more. Just the freedom was better than breathing, they said. An escape route they used to escape out. When things got crazy, they needed to break out. They head to any place with stairs, any good grinds, the world was theirs. And they four wheels would take them there until the cops came and said there's no skating here. And so they kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. And the way they roll, just rebels without a cause with no place to go. And so they kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. So come roll with me, just a rebel looking for a place to be. So let's kick and push, yeah, and coast. Swing it.
Please, man, pretty please with a cherry on top, King. The weather cold, the weather so chill, chilly, willy, penguin feather road. Cause I'm sipping pro, yeah, that method's pro. Promethazine, yeah, stepping stone. Oh, they acting up? Get your weapons wrong, they only killing time, another second gone. I heard your man at home, now you melatonin, but you acting young, and you hella grown. I'm away from my little mama gone. And it's with the girls, you can listen to my Okay, she giving me love, but it fuck my energy up. Every time it's finna be summer, only got the memories of us. And now we industry lovers, they making enemies of us. I mean, sometimes we in public, they drain this energy from us. Visit Italia, be my senorita. Evita or Ibiza, either way you need a visa. I ain't talking about magic. MasterCards, debit cards, either credit charge, Kermit the Frog, margaritas. Yeah, I heard she got a man, homie. Yeah, yeah, you wanna lay the hands on me. Yeah, but he should see the way she dance on me. Yeah, wishing I ain't had no pants on me.
So I'm hoping now that the live stream can hear me speaking, because last week there was no audio at all on the live stream. But can you guys all hear me okay?
Okay.
Yep. Awesome.
Yeah,
all right, guys. All right. Well, we're just gonna. I put together a little slideshow for you guys again. Thank you everybody for being here. I know that there's more people that would love to be here, but you know, who's here is who's here, and you're all amazing human beings. So yeah, let's do wins. Let's kick off with wins. I really like getting some wins up on the board each week. So who'd like to go first? Let's get 3 or 4 wins just to get the energy levels up. Who's had a success this week? Anyone at all? And Robin, you're very welcome to go first if you've had a win. Alexa, you're unmuted. Go for it.
Yeah. Yes. Remember the last week, like you asked what would be the goal. So I started with that, being the safe space.
Being the safe space.
I started with that. Yes.
Being the safe space for the VAs, and it's worked for you this week?
Yes.
Well done.
Yes, yeah.
Well done. I
Yeah,
acknowledge you
thank you.
for being a safe space for the VAs to come and say anything they want to. That's awesome. Great. Who else has had a
Thank
win
you.
this week? Anyone at all? Feel free to unmute. Can be little, can be big, can be personal, can be business. Very EQ, Robin says. Yes, I agree. Absolutely. That's what we're trying to do, Robin. We're trying to create a space where anyone can say anything, and that way we can always work through problems before we discover them in ways that we don't want to. Cool. Who else has had a win this week? Let's go.
I'll share.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. I think the chat GPT is very useful for me nowadays since I wrote it's kind of an email that asks for a pay rise for the night shifters in the company.
Amazing.
And I use the chat GPT and then the client approves it. So
Wow.
really
So-
great.
Wow. So ChatGPT asked a client for a pay rise for our team, and the client approved it. Amazing. I love
Yeah,
it.
I just tweaked the name and then the rates, suggested rates, but at the end of the day it was approved. So I think I would really encourage the team to use ChatGPT. It's really helpful.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Love it. Also, by the way, anyone who's on Facebook right now, I would love to know if you can hear the audio of us speaking. That would be amazing. We might have anybody watching on Facebook as well. That's possible. But if you are, let us know. All right, great. That's a good win. Anyone else had a win this week? Big, small, personal? Jessica, it looks like you want to say something?
Hi, good afternoon.
Hello. Your audio is
May I know the
amazing.
question you just joined a while ago?
Sorry?
I just joined a minute ago and
Great.
I didn't know that. May I know the topic first?
Welcome. Welcome to the call. Yeah, welcome to the call. Very welcome. And we're talking about a victory that we've had this week. Have you had a little victory this week?
The sorry.
That's okay.
We-
That's fine. That's fine. We can't really hear you because of the audio anyway, so that's fine. Don't worry. Anyone else had a win this week? Let's get two more.
Yes, Anton.
Hey, Charlene. Yeah, go
Also,
for
we
it.
have
Oh, Charlene, you unmuted?
Marnie, I think it's Marnie.
Oh, and also Charlene unmuted, I think, as well. But yeah, go for it, Marnie. Go for it.
yeah, just a while ago, Anton, during our lunch break, so we had a photo and video shoot with the Gossip Cafe to be able to feature in Albay, all over the Albay. Or
Wow.
Bicol, probably.
Bit of marketing on the lunch break. I love it. Promotion. Actually, today is going to be very relevant for you, and the content we're doing, very, very relevant today. Thanks for the love hearts on Facebook, Grace. I appreciate that. That's beautiful. I need lots of love hearts from you. Great. One more win. Anyone else had a win they want to share? I don't want to stop.
Anton.
Yes, go for it, Grace. Yep.
Hi, Anton.
Hello.
For me, I'm flying because about my daughter, she only not only an honor, but she's magna cum laude
She's
in her class. Yeah, it's a magna cum laude, so it's the highest honor here in Philippines.
Wow.
So it's first time in our family to receive that award. So our family is so very happy about my daughter, and there's so many cash gift for her.
Wow.
And I'll be the one who is receiving it, Anton.
You deserve it for all that
Congratulations,
parenting, Grace.
Grace.
Well done. Well done. Brilliant. All right. Great.
And that's her real win.
Yeah.
That's
Money.
gifts.
That's right. Okay.
Hi Anton. I
Hey,
just want to
Judy.
shout out my niece, Catherine. She's also a cum laude.
Wow.
So
Awesome. This is so
She's
cool.
doing
Nice.
our 3D layout, Anton. She's the one who's doing the 3D layout.
Yeah.
Ah, she's doing a
So
great
she's here
job.
in the call.
Yeah, she's here.
She's here.
Ah,
Say
she's
hi.
here.
Good
Hello.
afternoon.
You're doing a great job. Thank you so much. And congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Brilliant. Well, anyone else got any wins before we move on? I want to make sure I don't miss anybody who's got a win they want to share. All right, let's keep moving. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this screen smaller. I'm going to take you guys off my screen. I think that's the smart thing to do, or at least no, I'm going to make you very thin down the side here, because then I'm going to share my screen. I just don't know how this is all going to work with the live stream, but we'll make it work. Okay, sharing my screen. And one of the reasons why I'm doing this as a live stream, in case you're watching the live stream, is to just learn how to do all of this. It's like being a DJ. There's just so many knobs and buttons I've got to control to make this work. And if this stream actually works today, it's the first time we've successfully done it with working audio, working video, etc. All right, so here's the content for today, guys. We've already talked about the wins. Oh, have I shared? Yeah. Can you guys see my screen? Awesome.
Yes.
And you can hear me?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
All right, we're winning.
Yes.
We're winning. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to give out the AI usage leaderboard. Is Mark in the call today? If he's not, he can't win. Woo! He's not in the call. All right, he cannot win. But basically the team get acknowledged every time they use AI, okay? And Mark has used AI 19 times so far since we've started this competition. So he is at the top of the leaderboard, but you must be in this meeting in order to win. So is Francine in the call? Is Francine in the call? I can't see. Can anyone tell me? Francine's not here. No $10 bonus for Francine. All right. Is Alexa here? Or actually,
Yes, of course I am.
but I don't think you qualify. You're a manager. I don't
I
qualify.
am
Diane
not
doesn't qualify.
qualified.
Is Rush here?
No.
Oh wow.
So it's Catherine.
Catherine, you win the $10 bonus. Well done.
Oh, wow.
Well done. All right, so you notice
Thank
that
you,
now, guys, anyone can use AI more than 19 times in a week. If you use it for 19, 20 emails, you're already at the top of the leaderboard, okay? So just use ChatGPT or any sort of AI solution, and it's an easy $10 each week, okay? So that's our competition in here. And look what I did before. I was like, write a rap in the style of Eminem. This blew my mind. All right. Look how much this looks like Eminem. Come on, don't let me down. Wow, it pretty much just actually sounds like I can hear Eminem's voice in this song.
Okay,
So
can you do it, Anton?
I could, but we're live
You
streaming and it'll be
Yes,
there
please
forever.
rap,
I just don't want
Anton.
anyone to make a meme out of me or anything like that. But it's pretty much Eminem. Like it's obviously just it is so powerful this engine, and obviously it's just one of many types of engines and things that we can use, but it's magical. Okay. All right, so let's move on with the content for this week because we have 20 minutes left. All right, stages. So before I talk about webinars and the power of webinars, some of you have your own businesses in this company. Some of you want to have your own businesses someday. Some of you have a personal mission in life, something that's really important to you. Some of you have aspirations to do something that's really important to you, but you haven't started yet. So I'm hoping that you'll all... Oh, Mark is here, but he missed out. Oh, Mark. Mark, you missed out on the $10, my brother. We had to
It's
give it to
okay, it's okay, no
Catherine.
worries.
Okay, cool. But you are still at the top of the leaderboard. We're going to knock you off next week, brother. All right.
Okay, no worries.
So before we talk about like webinars, I want you to get that everything we're talking about today, you should fit into a category, right? It should be something that will apply to some version of you at some point, if not right away, right now. Okay. So listen from there rather than this. How does this apply to me? Okay. I promise you this will apply to you at some point. Okay. So there are two kinds of stages. And when I talk about stages, you know, like if you think about a rock stage, okay, and we look at images, like a stage, you know, where people perform, okay? A stage, everyone gets what a stage is, right? I know that English is not everybody's first language, so I want to make sure that you understand what I'm talking about. So there are two types of stages. What kind of stages do you think there are? And I'm not watching and monitoring Facebook comments, etc. So if you are on Facebook, actually I'm just going to load up my Facebook app in a browser down below just in case. So where's Restream? Yeah, what kind of stages do we think that there are, guys? Like there are two kinds of stages. Anyone want to have a guess at what one type of stage is and what the other kind of stage is? Anyone at all? Have a guess. Two kinds of stages. Actually, I'll give you a clue. One of them is digital, okay? There is a digital stage, okay? A digital stage that you can be on. And we're going to talk more about that shortly. So if digital is one kind, what could the other kind be? I'm just trying to find my restream here so that I can see if anybody's writing to me. Okay, I'm going to give it to you. Physical, okay? There's physical stages and there are digital stages. So there's a stage that you can physically stand on and there's a stage that you can be on that's in the digital realm, okay? So examples of digital stages, okay, for example, is my Facebook, okay? My Facebook is a digital stage, okay, where I stand. I'm literally standing in this photo, but the world gets to hear me through this digital stage that I stand on. My LinkedIn is another stage, okay? That's Adam's LinkedIn, but yeah, my LinkedIn. My Twitch channel, my Twitter. These are all stages, okay, that we're going to talk about a bit more. But then there are physical stages, okay? So a physical stage, for example, I teach a community jiu-jitsu class once a week. It's a place where I get to be speaking to groups of people, okay? We'll talk about more about my stages later on. Okay, you guys with me so far? There's digital and there's physical stages, okay? Cool. The next piece. Who can own the stages? Okay, there's two main owners types of these stages. So anyone want to guess who could own the stages? Anyone want to have a
The
guess?
speaker.
The speaker
I guess
could own
the
the stage?
speaker.
Yes, actually that's correct. You could, as the speaker, you could own the stage. Who else could own the stage?
My VAs.
Your VAs could own the stage? Well, actually, you're not wrong. Someone else can own the stage. So either you own the stage or someone else owns the stage. Okay, so for example, there is my Facebook. I own that stage. Even though I don't own Facebook, I own my Facebook account. I own that Facebook stage. Now, for example, I also appear on a podcast called Roll or Die. Okay, it's another stage. There's 105 episodes already recorded of this thing. It's been around for years now. And this is not my stage. This is Kim's and Theo's and my stage. And yet at the same time, people get to know me and get to hear about what I stand for through this stage. But it's an other person's stage. So you've got your own stages and you've got other people's stages. Okay? I do kind of partly own this stage, but I also appear on other people's podcasts, etc. Right? So these are all digital stages that I appear on. I'm getting somewhere with this, and I know that this is really about webinars today, but you've got to understand the context for webinars before we start kind of, getting into the meat of, and actually we're not going to go too far down the path of webinars today, but you'll get a good starting point. Okay. So what I encourage of you guys is that you try to, after we're done today, try to make a commitment for how often you're going to get on these stages. Okay, like I have goals. So for me, as we said, so these are other people's stages. Okay, other people's stages. Okay, so I teach BJJ. So I get to go to someone else's jiu-jitsu club, teach a group of people who've met me on Meetup or Facebook or wherever else. They could be clients, they could be people I want to be clients, they could be just randoms, doesn't matter, but I'm expanding my network and they're getting to know me. My coffee business, I have a coffee trailer and I go to football clubs and I'm speaking to these people all morning and they're fascinated, like what a guy, like me is doing. They don't know, they just want to know me, they want to know, they ask me questions, and then I'm standing on the stage at a coffee club dealing with all the people who attend the football game, and all the people who go to the netball game, and all the parents, and etc. These people are coming and they're talking to me, and every once in a while they get interested in what I'm up to, and I'm on someone else's stage meeting other people, right? Going on other people's podcasts. I get asked sometimes to go on other people's podcasts. I'm just giving you guys examples, right? Because I've spent quite a bit of time building up where I'm seen. I speak to groups in businesses, so quite often I'll go in and I'll lead a sales team, or I'll lead a management team, or a fulfillment team, or whoever. I will go into businesses and speak to these groups of people, and they're getting to know me, and then they go tell their friends about me and what we do in our VA company or whatever else I'm sharing. Okay, and I also take the opportunity to just be a part of other people's content. Like yesterday, I was part of some filming for one of our clients. I was out there on site with him, actively involved in his photo shoot he was doing for his company. I'm not a full-time staff member. I'm not a proper player, but I'm there. I'm in the photos, and people will probably see me in the photos and recognize me, and that creates more opportunity for me to be seen on other people's stages. Okay. Now these are, as I said, these are other people's stages. There's also the my own stages. Okay, so I run this Friday session. This is literally a stage. There is all of the people who appear in here. There are all the people who see this on Meetup, even if they don't come in. There's all the people who see this on Facebook, YouTube, wherever else we stream this. We also put into every WhatsApp group and every scene. Okay, and this is a stage that we've built ourselves. I also live stream chess. So you can start to think about things that you're good at that aren't even about your own business. Like I stream chess. It's not I don't earn a living at all out of streaming chess, but it actually attracts people into my life who like chess, and then they want to know more about me, and then they start asking me questions, and then I get to speak to them. Okay. And I stream on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and then I make content in every way I can. If my kids want to make a video, I'll make a video with them. If my clients want to make a video, I'll make a video. If any random walking down the street says, "Do you want to be part of my video?" I'm always a yes. I'm just get me into your content anyway, and I will do my best. I'll always just try and bring the heat. Okay. And then I also run and promote as many of my own businesses as I can, and I cross network between them all. Okay. Each of those is its own stage that I own, a whole platform, a whole new market, a whole new way I can access people. So I hope I'm not losing you so far. But these are just examples, and they're not all of the possible stages. These are examples of the stages that I've built up over time, okay? Now, what, for example, for me is I have at least 4 physical stages. I attend at least 4 physical stages per month, okay, of my own. And I attend at least 4 digital stages per month of my own. And then I aim to attend 2 physical and 2 digital per month of other people's stages. Okay, so that's just my game that I play. And that's a minimum. That's an absolute minimum. But I'm always looking to fill these spots. Like Robin, if you said, do you want to come on a podcast or a video clip and talk to me about, and talk with me about XYZ, I'll be there. It gets me access to your digital stage, to all of your clients. Okay, and it's not like I need to even... I don't necessarily need to make money out of this at all. Ultimately, it just ripples out through the ecosystems, and later on, it always ends up in clients, okay? Or getting your message out there, whatever your message is. And likewise, Robin, you could easily make content with us about the power of virtual assistants, right? Now, all of a sudden, this EQ trainer, Robin, is being, passed on through to all of our clients because she's recorded some sort of interview with Anton. And so she's now on Anton's stage, okay? So is everybody with me so far? Does anyone have any questions? I may not be doing a great job of explaining this. There's no promises that I'm going to be any good at what I bring each week. I just try and, pass on what I'm learning. So anyone got any questions so far, or is everyone with me? Everyone's with me? Okay, I'm going to keep going. Okay, cool. Remembering that this could be for anything in your life, any message you want to get out there. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to, I've written very bad notes here, but basically what I want to ask you, and we'll circle back to this at the end, is what are you willing to commit to? How many digital stages of other people's per month are you willing to get on? And how many in-person stages per month are you willing to get on? And then your own stages. Now, your own stages, they're easy. The digital ones are quite easy to build. Like you can go set up a Facebook account and you've got a digital stage there, okay? But it's important you don't set up Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and you don't set them all up and then try and do them all at once, although that can work. You should definitely set them up, but you should focus on building one at a time. Build it and build it well. Once it's humming, move to the next one and to the next one, maintaining the old ones at the same time. You've got to make sure that you don't have poorly maintained low volume stages. That's not worth your while, and people get disenchanted with that very quickly. So we'll circle back to this later, and I'll ask you, if you're willing to commit to any, stage attendances as such. And there are pros and cons for both. And you can see that I really didn't put a lot of effort into this slideshow because I haven't even fleshed out the words. But again, I really want to get the messages across, right? So the pros for OPS, and OPS is other people's stages, okay? So other peeps, okay? Is that, like Robin, if you come on my stage, okay, if you come and talk to me and we do an interview about you and what you do, at the same time as you're doing a testimonial for our company, it costs you no money to build. It costs you no time to build. It takes you no energy to build, and you can do as many of them as you want. You can line me up and every other person that you do business with and go on their stage and get yourself out there at the same time as you're recording some sort of testimonial, right? But the con is...
Well, it sounds great.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Exactly. And you can do unlimited of them. The con is that you don't own it. Like I would own it, and I can kind of use it to my purposes. You can still own it. You can still use it, sorry, but the con is that you don't own it. And that will be a factor in certain types of content, right? So that's why you want to have a mixture of other people's stages and your own stages. All right, I think we're getting close to being able to talk about actual webinars now. Oh yeah, what do you deliver on these stages? That is really important. What do you deliver on the stages? And that should be mostly your signature talk. Now I have multiple signature talks. And for me, the signature talks, they should follow head, heart, hands, heart, head, hands, heart format. Okay, that's the way that they teach us at Cardone University. And the bottom line there is it's some sort of emotional hook first. Then it is something logical, that's the head. So it's the heart, emotional, head, logical, hands, a call to action, and finishing with another emotional piece, right? So I'm not going to go into detail with that now, but structuring something that you're going to deliver. Like when I'm at jiu-jitsu and someone says to me, what do you do? Like I have a pretty succinct, like I try and weigh up what, because I have a lot of things I could present to them, but I try and judge what's going to kind of capture their attention. And then I do my little 30-second signature talk, because that's all I've got, 30 seconds, you know, and I want to land with them in a way that they'll never forget, okay? So we can help with the signature talk, but you need to be a great communicator. Anyone who's not sharing in these meetings, for example, learn to communicate, because you'll never get messages out there to people unless you're willing to risk getting it wrong, risk looking bad, risk making a fool of yourself, risk them not being able to understand you, whatever. Okay, you've got to take the chances if you want to be able to deliver messages to people. Okay, you can't just be a keyboard warrior and get the results. It doesn't really work, not very often anyway. You know, unless you've got toilet paper in a pandemic, then you know that will just fly out the door. But anything short of that, you know, you need to be a great communicator. So we all need to keep working on our communication. So let's get to webinars, guys. Okay, webinars, what are they? Okay, and we've only got 5 minutes left, so I'm going to cut to the chase. Okay, the thing about a webinar, can anyone think of anything they've ever bought at a webinar before? Like, who's been to a webinar, like an online presentation with a company who's delivering some sort of product or service? Has anyone been to, and they've gotten value out of that webinar, and then they've been asked to buy a product or service? Has anyone been to one of those? Just put your physical hand up if you've been to one. Yeah, okay, Robin's been to one. Yeah, actually, yeah, Grace has been to one. Yep, Alexa's been to one. Yep, Mark's been to one. Yeah, basically most of us have probably been to one. And my question for you is, when you went to one, did you buy something? I know I've bought a lot of things from webinars, a lot of courses, a lot of products. Has everyone who's been to a webinar usually bought? You know, by the time you've gotten value, have you ended up at some point buying something? Robin has. Yep. Anyone else bought when they went to a webinar? Anyone else bought when they went to a webinar? Can't tell because cameras
Almost.
are almost bought when you went to a webinar. Great. So they had a good crack at you. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. So this is the thing, right? This is the thing. A webinar is something that's 30 to 90 minutes where you teach something and then you make an offer. That's as simple as a webinar is. Now, all of you have a teachable skill. Joydip, you could teach people how to bid, you know, on Upwork, and then make them an offer to have you doing their Upwork bidding for them, for example. You know, this is the kind of thing that, like Grace, you could teach people how to how to do debt collection, and then offer to do debt collection for people. You know, this is the sort of thing that we can, like, all of you have a skill, even with me, like in this company, that could be webinarable, and I'm sure you've got many skills outside of this company that would be webinarable as well, okay? So it's a 30 to 90 minute video meeting where you teach something and then you make an offer, okay? Simple as that. Now, the format for a webinar, okay, or not the format, but there's just an A, B, C, and D here, okay? So you're gonna need audiences, okay? Or let's just call it attendees. You don't need audience. Let's go attendee. You need people to attend. Now, the thing is, Robin, for your business, you only like, some people get hundreds and hundreds of people in their webinars, but realistically, someone like you with no staff, literally, you don't need, if you had 5-10 people in your webinar, that's all you would need, 5 people. And of those, you know that a bunch of them are going to buy, because that is actually what happens when people do webinars. They have a very high conversion rate, okay? So the B from the ABCD is build your webinar. It's not very difficult. I mean, this actual video that we're making right now could be converted into a webinar. If I make an offer at the end of this, it could become a webinar. So you can deliver this thing 5-10 times, refine your craft of what the thing is that you're teaching, and then ultimately just deliver that on repeat, okay? It's going to need a call to action, okay? Now, the thing is, there's a little trick here, but when you're selling a product, then you can actually sell the product in the webinar if it's up to $2,000. And if it's over $2,000, then you would have the webinar request a phone call or a meeting. So you're not actually trying to sell a bigger ticket item inside of a webinar. Okay, so if you guys are doing a charity webinar, for example, yeah, you could ask for donations up to $2,000, but you would not ask for donations greater than $2,000. You'd ask for a special meeting. If you're selling a service, again, up to $2,000, try and sell it in the webinar, if not after the meeting, okay? And then deliver it and duplicate it is the D, okay? Now, one of the things about webinars, which, believe it or not, just works so powerfully, and we're going to be implementing them into our business as well. We're not yet, because this is all quite new to me, is evergreen webinars. So literally what happens is people come to your website, they see, you know, like for example, if this was, you know, let's say that they come here to our website. See if my web page will load with all my browser tabs open and everything's streaming and everything else. They come to your website and it might say, you know, book a free consultation, or it might say, join a webinar to find out what it's all about, okay? When they click here, it will actually take them to a page and it will say, oh, you're lucky, there's a webinar starting in 8 minutes or something, right? And then when they go there, it actually will play a pre-recorded webinar to them that looks and feels live. And it will have people chatting. They can chat into the chat, even if the webinar deliverer won't answer them. There can be this whole feeling of a live webinar. It's called an evergreen webinar. And that thing will just catch opportunity for your business 24/7 and actually still deliver real value. So yeah, it's something that a lot of companies do. You'll probably find it if you look for it while you're out there. And that is webinars. So definitely, if you do want any support with webinars, any of our team members, any of our clients, always happy to provide what we're learning as we go. I'm going to be creating a webinar myself around virtual assistants, because actually, for example, so here's an example of a webinar that I can think of. Like, we've got this thing called How to Be a Great HKer, okay? And what it's about is all of our staff need to, every single day, you'll see this, Robin, they pick a piece of this document, okay, and they copy and paste it into the chat, and then they put their views in about that thing, okay, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. But I could easily turn this into a webinar about how to have VAs in your company performing at their best, okay, and run that for half an hour. Just give 5 or 6 of these points, and then make an offer to idly over time. So does anyone have any questions or thoughts or comments? I did have more I wanted to get through, but I'm too slow. So anyone got any thoughts, questions, comments?
Anton,
yes.
Certainly from my perspective, I wonder whether we could do something that could help the three of us. You know, that certainly, as you know, I'm happy to deliver the free webinars to the staff. So VAs, customer service skills, or whatever it is, or, understanding cross-culturally. And so we could be talking about how I'm delivering the training, it's your business, but then also how these wonderful staff members of yours are growing and developing.
I love
whether it could help all of us.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And that is the power of this. Like, essentially now we've had a webinar today. I've made an offer. You've now responded to that offer. And that officially makes this a webinar, like, by default. And well done, and now we're going to move forward. We'll definitely, I agree. We'll 100% do something, Robin. I'm excited about that. Great. Thank you very much. Guys, any other questions, concerns, thoughts before we wrap up? All right. Did everyone get some value, some ideas for themselves, whether at work or out of work? Great. Okay. You might have a partner who's in business. I know you're all in business in your own way. You might have a family friend. Feel free to, this recording's on my Facebook, it's on my YouTube. Feel free to track it down, send it to them if you think that's of value. We can help, okay? Much love to everybody. Have yourself the most awesome weekend. And yeah, hello Jen's Bubba. So cute.
Hi, baby Cheska.
Hello.
Oh. All right. right, everybody. Much love. Talk soon. Catch you later.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
so much.
Everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Robin.
Take care, guys.
Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye. All right, and that is an example of a live stream. I hope